back to Farm Sim 22. This is going to be a little bit different. We're on Elm Creek, which is the base game map. We're going to look at some of the mods that I would recommend for any of these small to medium size or even some of the large fields. We'll go here and you can see the I'll go real slow down the list here so you can see what mods I've got installed. And of course you can pause the video if you want to look and see if it happens to go by too quick. And as you see, I don't really have that many mods installed. And this is for, I'm, I'm pretty sure all of them are in the mod hub. And these are just mods that I find useful for all sizes of fields. And we'll take a look up here. And, well, we're going to go ahead and use our money mod that I showed you. Which is the ability to get a loan up to 10 mil, even though I'm doing it from scratch, or farm manager mode. I'm going to go ahead and make sure we have plenty of money to take a look at these mods. Plus, we still got to buy a field or two. We got to buy land and everything, so this will probably be a little longer video, and yes, I know it's going to be coming out way later than normal for me because it's 20 minutes till 10 on Monday morning as I'm recording this Central Time. I switched over to my keyboard from the controller so I can get the money a little bit quicker. I wish they had it where you could borrow different amounts instead of 5,000 at a time. I wish they'd give you like 10,000 at a time option versus only 5,000 at a time. Because if doing this, as you see, it's still taking some time to do to max out the loan. See, we're only at 33 mil 500 and well 33 mil 600 right now. So of the loan on top of what they start you off with, which is like 1,005,000 in the farm manager mode. So, but it's taken a while to get a 10 mil loan, even using a keyboard. I had to switch hands. That was wearing me out. And no, it's probably not going to take all of this money to buy the land and to demonstrate that and to get the mods. I just want to make sure I've got the covered. That way we don't have to come back and borrow more money. Because yes, some of the mods add up pretty quick because it's like that with the John Deere sprayer. I know it comes in two sections because you got your spreader and sprayer attachments plus the three sections because you got your spreader and the tr- drivable tractor part or the base machine to that they attach to. I just prefer the drivable spreaders over the non-drivable ones just because A, you can get there a little quicker and you don't have to go looking around for where did I leave the spreader or where did I leave my sprayer. And I do have traffic turned off. It's just my preference. You don't have to turn traffic off and I believe I turned weeds off as well. Just because that's my way of playing. Oh, we're getting there. we still got several $1,000s to go. There. Now we're maxed out. Okay. Uh, well, let's go into the mod list. Uh, what was I don't know. I didn't put them in no particular order. Okay, the 20-foot cultivator. Uh, well, dummy, you can go here and see you got different choices in colors and brands to eat, and it depends on what equipment you're using. Say you're using, eh, say, like a Challenger tractor mod, which I'm not, then you'd probably go with the Alice Chalmers, which is the closest to the yellow that you could match. Unless if you're one of the people that mix and match your equipment, but we'll, and see, it don't matter what brand you choose or color, it, they're all the same price. So, and I like this speed adjustment mod or working speed mod because you can see I'm raising the speed, working speed of it. See, I set it to eh, thir- I got it all the way up to 13.7 miles an hour. And see, that would be using it as a regular cultivator, and then eh, see, you can pull uh, another trailer or your next attachment behind you, as long as it would hook directly up to the tractor. And see, you can make it into uh, where you get the cultivate look by adding the harrow to it. And then see, like you could eh, cultivate your field, and you could have your lime spreader hooked on right behind you. We'll just go ahead and buy that, okay? And then, well, see, we're going to need a tractor, and I'm going with my go-to tractor for these small and medium-sized fields, and I'll set it up the way I always do. And of course, I don't want a license plate on the tractor. That is from doing a truck on a different map. Okay, and we want to buy that because we're going to need something to tow these around with. And it, then, well, see, this is for the square bales. Uh, and I'm not going to be doing square bales, so I don't need that. But, well, I can still show it to you in the what the options are. You got your different tires. Even though they all pretty much look the same. Um, well, oh, it don't look like any of them have the wheel setup option. Huh. Okay. Well, uh, that's for your square bales. Uh, and of course, the better contracts just it help with the it, when you're starting out a way of making good money. And we'll go ahead and buy the big bag deal. And see, the what I really like about this is you can get it for the front loader or the telehandler or the wheel loader. Which and you can change the colors to the pretty much well I you can pretty much pick a color to match your equipment that you're using. And since I'm using a John Deere, we'll get that. And that it comes in handy not only for the lifting the bags into your spreaders or whatever, it also comes in handy for moving bales. And then this is a cedar that I like using quite a bit. And I I recommend no matter even if you use a different cedar or planter, make sure you are using one that takes both the seed and fertilizer. And that way you don't have to go back over the area. Like you don't have to seed it and then or fertilize and then go seed it, and it saves you one step by going ahead and using a planter or seeder that you can put both your seed and fertilizer in. Of course, with soybeans, the only time you fertilize them is when you're putting the seeds in the ground. And see, we can go up to 16.8 miles an hour with it. Okay, and it, with this map having some good sized fields, I would definitely go with uh, any of your decent sized auger trailers or whatever you want to call them, grain trailers. Oh, sorry about that sneeze. I didn't know that was coming on, but and, and of course this has plenty of options, and, and if you're using a mod, the mud mod, you definitely want these tires on there. I don't have the real mud mod turned on, or any of the dirt mods turned on right now. So, and I do have the weight turned off of the fill level, so it don't really matter what tires I put on there. And of course, see, you can change the base color of the auger trailer to match your equipment. If you're one of those type that want everything to match up. Oh, hold on. I hit the wrong button. Well, either red or green's your choices on this one. And say, I want to, uh, well, I couldn't even make it match if I wanted. I, I don't have that option for the uh, wheels. We'll just go ahead and use Ivory 2 for the wheels. And let's see. And it, what this high tip bucket does is it don't matter if you start off with the in-game trailer or a modded trailer. It, you can it, say load your it, field stones up after you pick them and just take them off the field to dump without dumping it into a trailer that, say your trailer's too tall for the rock picker. You can use this to come in and load them up afterwards and take them to the debris crusher. And it has different amount to eat, and it will also fit either your front loader, telehandler, or so. If you're using a telehandler, you'd want the telehandler bracket, and there you can see there's the front loader attacher bracket, and there's the telehandler bracket. And see, you got the gray, black, green, and orange colors. And say you have a hard time seeing any of those other colors, you can pick orange. That way you know where you'll be able to see where your attachment is if you don't have them park them in a particular spot when you're not using them. Or if you drop it off in the weeds, you'd still easily be able to see it. We're going to go with the L71 version. And well, I guess that's the biggest there. And see, this has a wheel loader attacher bracket available for it. And then there's your telehandler as well. Well, let's see. We'll just put a telehandler bracket on it. Well, I forgot to change the color. Oh well, it's not going to match the telehandler when I get down to it. And for it, the with this Case International Patriot 350, that's good for putting your second layer of fertilizer on, like the corn, while it's still growing but yet short. And it, see, I don't have crop destruction turned on, but if I had crop destruction turned on, that's like where you'd want to use this case Patriot. And it, I always put the reservatory on there just because I like being a little bit different. And I pretty much always stick with the Michelin, and I don't know, you might get like an inch difference between the Michelin and the this other wheel brand. Uh, and see, well, we can go up working speed up, well, to 21.2 miles an hour, which helps when you're using, when you have a large field. And then this, it works good for pretty much any size fields because you can fold it up. And it, then you can, I like maxing it out just to get the, get it to, it, oh, what's the word I'm with? Get your fields done quicker. And, well, we'll just leave it blue. Blue would be a good color to see in the weeds, but it's a nice little roller to roll your seed fields, and it's not bad for big, larger fields, but I think I also have the uh, a larger one installed. And see, for yes, I know not everybody wants to use a auto trailer. I do it when I play just to make it more realistic. But eh, for the smaller fields, uh, or a medium-sized field, the 1100 here would work just fine, and everything. So it's just really a preference choice on how you want to play, and then again you can pretty much get it somewhat to match your equipment if you want. And for your larger fields, then if you don't want to go with the too big of a setup, then this would work real good. As well. And see, this has a rear hitch option to where, say, you're using a larger trailer, you a pull behind style trailer for your tractor to put your grain off in. You could pull it behind your auger trailer. And if you're not playing with traffic on, you don't even need to worry uh, about your oversized load sign. And uh, the front change would just be make it look more realistic, because you would want safety chains on there in case if your hitch came undone for some reason. But it's an option. You don't have to if you don't want to use it. But we already bought the small one, so we don't need to buy the big one as well. And then say you don't want to manually load your bales. This would let you go load your bales in just fine out of the field. And see, you got your auto load standard, bales, auto load, and see, and you got your different wheels, setups. It's kind of bad that they don't have the Goodyears available, but it's okay. That would make it look more like your bale tray, a regular bale trailer, especially if you're doing round bales. This is what you would see in real life. And if you're not playing with traffic, you don't have to, but you could still add the beacon just for fun. Uh, we're not going to worry about that work light. I I didn't even know that was an option. Can you have? Yeah, you can have both your beacon and work light, which would come in handy if you're picking bells up in the dark. And we're not even going to really mess with that because once this video's once I'm done with this video, I'm just going to turn around and delete this game save. This is strictly for this video only, and I I would pick this rock picker for your small to medium sized fields. That way you're just not going forever on a picking up the stones after you plow the field, or if you got a deep cultivator, it'll still bring up stones, and it, it, it's another time saver by going a little wider, and it, you just don't waste time on the it, one chore. And even if you're using an AI helper, he can cover more field quicker that way, and you're not wasting as much money on the AI. And see, then see this cultivator's 10.9 meters, and I don't really know the how to convert the meters into uh, feet, but it, it it's just preferences on how you want to do things, and then it's like you could have your cultivator hooked on to your lime spreader trailer, and it, you don't have to use a follow me mod. You could be doing it all with one tractor. And I don't use the follow me mod, so yeah, I'd probably rig it. I, of course, I know the tractor I've got wouldn't be able to have it. Don't have enough horsepower to do both at the same time, but it saved me running trips back and forth. And of course, with like that bale trailer I showed, you could have extra bags of or pallets of lime up on your trailer if it's a large field. And it, now this auger setup package I like because you have your different options in for the this one would be good for your small to medium size fields, and it that would just make it more look more realistic, but it's not something you have to put on. But I haven't even thought about what field I want, so I don't even know even what I what size I need, and then this one would be good for your medium and large fields. Or you can, since I've got the lime for these auger cart mods in, I could have, say, this thing filled up with extra lime. Say it's a large field. That would be a good way to keep your lime dry and eating everything. And the weight display, it a way to let you know like how much lime you have left in your trailer without having to look with the tractor hooked up to it. It's it's just one of those deals, and it, what I like about this weight setup is, see, you can have different weights on there, and then again, it, you can pick whatever color matches your equipment, and it, this helps you be able to see at night on, like, if you're cultivating or liming a field, it gives you extra light to see where you missed or where you didn't miss. And it, it's just a handy thing. And I like the way they have the cord in right there that would actually plug into your tractor to electrical system to have the lights turn on. Okay, and then we have this cedar, which it, again, it has the lime and seed tanks. Or this is a planter, so not cedar. It, I've got too many things on my mind right now, but it, it's like I said earlier, it's it, a good way to save time and save money by, even if you're using it, AI workers, it, and again, you, if you're using the mud mod, you'd want wider tires in case if it started raining. But since I don't have that turned on, then it, I don't have to worry about it. And it, having the wide tires, because the way the game's set up is it, the narrower tires, it, they'll get stuck easier in the mud, is the way it's set up in game. And then it, this is the cedar I use for it, a medium size field, and that planter is something that would work good on your small and medium sized fields. But I do have a, a, a whole, I can't even remember what I was going to say. A, oh, I do have a cedar set one for your larger fields. That's what I was thinking of. And I'd say realistically, this is the ladder style that you'd most likely see, and it, on a real one would be my guess. And it, then you got, I didn't know this had a larger capacity, which would really be nice if you only had, say, one side, one seater to use, it, and you happen to get a contract on a large field, or you bought a large field and you didn't have quite enough money left over to buy a larger one. Add the extra 2,000 liter capacity for $2,000 to your existing machine. And it, of course, the this telehandler I I like for using it for basically manually loading bales on and off of a trailer or truck. And again, on a tractor, having wider tires also give you a little bit more stance, so you're not as likely to roll your or turn over with your when you're, say you turn a little too quick while you got a load all the way up and out for some reason. It's not going to totally stop you from rolling over, but it helps on a little more balance so you're able to actually turn with the load up higher than what you should. And everything. And say you don't care for the JCB yellow. Say you, well, let's just say you're running a case farm. Yeah, you still got the JCB stickers on there, but now it, it match your case equipment. Or say you're running a New Holland farm, and say you're running like a T7, you can't put a loader attachment on there. Well, this will give you your loader capabilities in, and in. I just realized about this quick fit design. It it kind of makes it look like it's a quick attach is basically what it is. I I just don't like using the extra money on the attachments to, and even though I do have the JCB attachment pack in to go along with this, on the attachments, I think it costs a little extra to put a quick fit on there. So I just don't mess with it. And see, that would match a John Deere farm. Uh, or say you want to be unique, or you're a female that really likes pink. There you go. Or say you like purple. Which I know there are guys and gals that both like pink and purple and everything. It's just not me. I hit the wrong button. I I just leave it the JCB yellow. That way it matches the brand. I just looking at notifications on my phone. That was like the second or third ding, and everything. Like I said, this is a lot longer video than I really intended on doing, and but this is just to help people in with that are new to the game. And this is good for the medium to large fields. And of course, this one does not have the option for rear hitch. Unlike in 19, you did have that option. And I used to use this with the speed cultivator, and of course this rigged up now to where it has the cultivator built on, which matches your width just right. The cultivator is, or the speed harrow is uh, maybe a meter shorter than the plow was, and this has it all match. And see, then you got your high performance disc right here, and it, you, it's just nice to be able to adjust your speed. And it, most uh, farmers I know, yes, they always use a tractor that has way more horsepower than what are recommended for their attachments, so they can go quicker through the field, but yet they can't always run full throttle to where that's when they say the base speed is 13 miles an hour. They'll be running, say, your 15 3 to where they could still get the job done quicker, but not have any misses in the field. And I do have real life farming experience. I've used to raise tobacco from when I was 7 all the way up to the time I was 27. So there's 20 years of that. Plus, I helped local farmers put up their tobacco crops, and I helped them put up hay bales and feed their cows and everything. But it, I prefer this John Deere sprayer spreader combo setup over the case large spreaders sprayer deal, mainly because with this you do not need to rent or own a good size telehandler, and you don't have to lease or buy the attachment that to go from your telehandler to the carriage, and then buy the carriage that attaches to the sprayer or the spreader tank to be able to set it up on the back of it. With this John Deere one, all you gotta do is back right under it. And hey, this is, even though you wouldn't really see it in real life, hey, the spreader you'd want the this setup, and then for your corn you'd want your or spraying like corn and stuff, you'd want this style setup. And hey, of course, with by even having the single duals on the back and not the front, hey, your plants would have to be pretty small still when you're going through and putting your second spray of fertilizer on like your corn or on the wheat or whatever you're spraying. If you got the crop destruction on, that would just ruin it. Just like the wide tires, that would, you'd lose a lot of crop with crop destruction on when you're going back and putting your second dose of fertilizer on. And that's why I would stick with just this setup pretty much. And see, 31 miles an hour, that is a little bit quick and realistically speaking. I I can't believe they if you had large field and you didn't have crop destruction turned on, then yeah, 36.7 miles an hour. That would get your field sprayed real quick. I'd say just manually do a pass around your outside edge of your field, and then you could send the AI off running up and down the long ways, and they wouldn't crash into trees and stuff. But realistically speaking, well, I would say that even the 24.3 mile an hour is a little quick because you never know really when there's going to be a, a washout in the field. You hit that at 30 or even at 24 miles an hour, that sucker is going to bounce big time on you. And of course, you bounce, and when you land, you may wind up taking out part of your crop. So, that's a little bit quick in my opinion. And fenders, they on here, they got their fenders way too close to the tire, and in in real life, the fenders are a good 4 to 5, maybe even 8 inches away from the tire. Where, as you see on here, that you barely have any clearance. So, and if you're using that real mud mod, I'd say don't run fenders because as soon as the tires get a little bit of mud on it, you're going to be stuck. And the what I don't like about their beacon mod is A, they only have it rigged up for the left side, and they got it down way too low because see, that's below the cab. In real life, they are up on top of the cab because have we there's a farmer just outside of town that has one, and the beacons are up on the cab, not out front and down below the top of the cab. And he has beacons on both sides of his. But with this, the thing is say you got the sprayer and the spreader, then you need two of these. One with the spray star and one with the spread star. And elsewise, I haven't been able to get to attach to the spur with the spread star. But we'll just see if it see in 20 miles an hour would be a little iffy. I'd say that oh probably about 16 is what they run around here. And Eden, we're just putting all the bells and whistles on this just to be different. Oh, I already bought one. I'm pretty sure. Uh, oh, oh, I bought two of those weights. I didn't realize that. Uh, and instead of moving one, I'm just gonna do it this way. Uh, well, I accidentally bought two of those as well. Two of those planners. Okay. Okay, those are different there. Well, I didn't realize I was running out of spots. Let's see. Whoops. And since we don't have traffic turned on, we're just going to pull this, a lot of these right on up across the road. Whoa, I turned the wrong way. And it's just, I haven't gone around and done any of the collectibles. Or anything. Well, this has turned into way too long of a video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get everything moved out of the way, and I'll be back with a part 2. This turned in be way longer than I expected, so I'll catch you on part 2. Take care, have a good one, and I'll catch you later. Bye now.